Hey, my name is Ashley, and I'm the host of the Open Up Podcast. So, with today's episode, I'm going to do a recording, video recording, and then I will also be able to, put the audio on my streaming services that I use, such as like Anchor, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. So, you will be able to hear the audio as well. Okay, so this episode is about life after a breakup and or a situationship, whatever you want to call it. I feel like this is something that we all have probably been through, and it's pretty common. Like, sometimes chapters end with people, and we have to refigure out some things. So here are some little, checkpoints that help me get over certain situations and relationships. So hopefully it can help you as well, or somebody out here. You never know. So let's get into it. Life after a breakup. Okay, things to do. Focus on you. Okay? So when we end up in situationships or relationships with people, we tend to lose focus on ourselves and the things that make us happy and what we want and goals. And I'm just, just being real about the situation, because it can happen. I've been there before, and we get so stuck on trying to make the other person happy that we tend to lose ourselves. And when we do that, it's hard to get back to who we were before that situationship or that relationship. So focus on you, okay? And you have to fall back in love with yourself all over again. And ideally, we don't want to lose focus just because we found somebody, or, we don't want to fall out of love with ourselves. But sometimes the mind can make you feel as if you did those things. And I'm just here to, give you some reassurance that you're going to feel better, okay? Like, once you start focusing on yourself and putting your things back in order and, falling in love with yourself again, you're able to, get back to who you were. And if not just that, it helped you be a better version of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Just because it was the end of something does not mean that something better is not gonna begin, So you just keep focused on yourself and what you want and what makes you happy. And you never know, the outcome is going to grow you into a better person, I'm thankful for the things that I did go through with my relationships and my situationships, because it helped me learn so much along the way. And I can really say that, yeah, I went through some stuff, but if anything, it just made me a stronger and better person in the long run, because I'm going to continue to keep growing and continue to keep loving myself, and nobody's going to take that from you again. And you learn to always put your happiness before someone else's. You know what I'm saying? Another thing to do, go through the emotions. So a lot of times when we go through stuff like that, we tend to act like we are, just not, affected by it. But in reality, it's okay to be, in your feelings about something, even if you have to release this stuff privately, crying. Privately, I would cry. In front of my friends and my family, I would cry. It's just, I feel like trying to hold in those emotions can do more harm and damage, instead of just being able to, yes, I went through it. It hurts, but I know this is not the end. Something better is coming. Release that to yourself and speak life back into yourself after that, because if you try to just always be strong about a situation, and sometimes you may just speak like that about the end of it. But I just want you to know that it's okay to go through those emotions when you went through something like that. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to neglect your feelings about, your inner self and how you feel truly. It's okay to speak about how you feel and to release it and get it out of you. Like, if you have to cry, if you have to write it down, if anything, to try to get that emotion released out of you, So That definitely helps a lot, okay? Trust me, I know. I've been there, I've done it, I've cried, wrote, prayed, everything. And I always end up feeling so much stronger and so much weight being lifted up off of me once I'm able to go through those emotions and release them, okay? Finding something like a hobby or something that makes you happy. Okay. So keeping busy in a sense, okay? I feel like if we keep busy in certain situations like that, after we done overcame it, then I guess you just don't have as much time to think about it. Now, don't get me wrong. It is okay to think about it. But if you're busy and you're doing something that really just makes you smile or makes you feel happy, you know, the more positive energy that you are around and that you're putting your time into, it's kind of, you know, it helps you not really worry about that situation as much, you know. Spending time with family and friends, same thing, staying busy. Your friends and your family, they don't necessarily have to know what you're going through unless you're comfortable with telling them that. And if you are, then that's great. And if you're not ready to, that's okay as well, you know. But spending time with them and, like I said, staying busy, doing little things here and there, just hanging out, that can help also. Let me tell you some things that I wouldn't do that, you know, you don't do. Okay. Try and come up how you feel. Because no. And the reason why I say no is because pretending to be okay can probably make you feel worse, okay? That's just me. I'm just saying. And another thing, try and find someone new without healing you. You cannot have that much energy. And if you do, I'm scared of you, you know. But to me, trying to, you know, find someone right after a situation or a relationship, you know, that doesn't, I don't know. I just feel like that's a lot of energy that you are putting out when you can be holding it in for yourself and trying to, you know, build yourself back up and focus on you. And another thing that we don't want to do is stalk their social media. Okay. Now this could be 50-50, but basically it's whatever floats your boat, okay? To me, social media, I just don't stalk them folks' social media, y'all. And if you have to remove them as a friend so it can make you feel better or whatever you need to do, baby, it's about you. You do not have to do that there. I'm just saying, it's okay. If you need to block them until you have healed and got over that situation, then baby, do what you gotta do. Cause you know, sometimes it's hard, especially when it's so fresh and so new. Like, you can always go back and being friends with them if you need to. But I'm just saying, for the time being, if it helps you and you can't do it, don't do it. Don't put yourself through it. You feel me? And don't live in the past. It happened. You went through it. It was a lesson. And that's another thing. Sometimes people come into our life for a lesson or a chapter. Like, we have to learn something. And in the end, it helps us be ready for that one perfect relationship, like your husband or your wife. It might take some time to find that person, but it's going to be worth it in the end, because then you're going to know what you want, know what you like. You'll know the red flags. You're going to be able to know that this is different for your heart and for your soul. So I feel like when we go through stuff like that, don't live in it. Accept what happened, appreciate what happened, and grow from it. Because all it's going to do is make you be the best person you can be for your spouse when they come, for your husband or your wife. You know what I'm saying? Remember that you are the prize, okay? Anybody would be lucky to have you. You are lucky to have you. You are a blessing. You are worthy. You are amazing. We have to start telling ourselves things like this so we can think, so, you know, feel better about ourselves. Like affirmations are everything in this day and time. And I'm so happy that I learned how to start doing stuff like that for myself, because it definitely helps me throughout the day or when certain situations and things come up, you know. Don't settle. You don't have to backtrack. And sometimes we do because we are comfortable, but you don't have to. Don't settle. You are worthy of so much, okay? God woke you up. You have a purpose in this life, okay? Don't settle. And basically, that's all I wanted to talk about with you guys. And I hope we all learned something in this little quick video, this quick episode, because like I said, we've all been through situations and relationships or something in this caliber, and these are just tips that I wish somebody would have, you know, helped me. But that's the whole thing. You're not always gonna get help when you have to go through life lessons. So, you know, you have to go through it, and as you go through it, you learn from it and you keep pushing. So I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you also enjoy the audio, since I'm going to re-record it, you know. And if you have any tips or anything, or you would like to follow me on social media platforms, just look up Open Up Podcast, IG, Twitter, all of that, Facebook. So just check me out, and I hope you have a great day.